The lights are off and away they go.
Extremely loose. He's managed to hold on and they get
He missed the pit complete. That is crazy
As I
stuff.
said, Freitas is on the grass on the infield floor. He slides through, he tags Richard Eklund.
They hail from around the globe, and though separated by oceans, they gather in the virtual world for reasons as varied as their locales. Whether it's a defending champion looking to retain his title, a new and eager hopeful striving for recognition, or a legend prepared to recapture past glory, in the end, the one goal they all share is to win. But when naming a victor, only one driver's name can be etched into the record books. You're watching the Tidal Influence MX-5 World Tour!
Thanks to the wonders of helium from the blimp gondola high above the rolling hills of Georgia, you're watching the Global Sim Racing Channel live as it happens coverage of the MX-5 World Tour's I Possess 27, brought to you by the good folks at Tidal Influence. In about 15 minutes, the green flag will wave here at Road Atlanta for the second race of the 5-race Atlantic Swing, the first step towards the ultimate prize, that is the Season of Aquarius Grand Championship. Last week in the swing opener, an unfamiliar Englishman, newcomer Marlo Larson, outdueled the much-renowned Spanish hot shoe Coba Lopez for the win. Two-time series champion Richard Eklund had little for the top pair and had to work hard just to take that final podium spot. Finishing 18th due to an early contact was defending champion Amjad Yaman. Can Dr. Ramjet rebound? Can Larson repeat? We'll know in just under an hour when the checker flag falls here at Road Atlanta. Hello everyone and welcome to another GSRC broadcast. I'm your host, Bill Soup Zahn. Helping me call the action is the self-proclaimed Thunder Down Under Richard Losper. Turning the knobs and pushing the sliders is the hardest working man in sim racing broadcasting, Joe Peak. And at his disposal will be the camera locations provided by the Ansel Adams of iRacing, Dougie Beard. With Aquarius being the 11th sign in the Zodiac and this being the 11th campaign of the MX-5 World Tour, the mysterious astrological connection continues for this 10-race campaign. The Season of Aquarius. The opening race of the 5-race Atlantic Swing celebrated Aries, the first sign in the Zodiac, but today's sophomore event draws attention to the second Zodiac sign, Taurus, and the I Possess 27. Today's horoscope calls for bullish behavior, and with names like Koemans, Eklund, the newcomer Hill, Larson, McAleer, Andra is back, Fliss, the theme of greed is good concept will be an easy sell. Now, Richard, 27 laps today, no fast repairs, a fuel cell limited to 28% that will force these little MX-5s to stop for fuel and maybe tires, all takes place here at Road Atlanta.
Well, Bill, good evening to you and good evening to everybody on the watching the broadcast. I'm having a bit of a giggle, sorry, watching my friend Jeroen Ursum with his paint scheme, which is a compliment to me, but a kind of an upside down compliment. Have a look at his car, guys, if you get an opportunity during the broadcast. Well, Bill, let's have a chat about this track firstly. This is the track I call the roller coaster. Uphill, downhill is every corner virtually is opposite to the one previous. Very tough track, lots of turns, and I want to tell you that there are some guys who are absolute masters at this track. Look out for Sonny Kanchan, look out for Richard Eklund, and of course Jan Koemans has been very, very good at this track. But there are a couple of areas here that need to be watched carefully. Turn number 5, coming down through the S's after turn 1. You get through the S's and then you go into turn number 5. That is a very tricky turn, can cause a lot of problems. Turn number 7 is the entry to the long back straight. You need to be you need to get that as perfect as you can so that you can get maximum speed down the very long straightaway. You're on that straightaway for almost 30 seconds, so it is a very long straightaway. Then you've got that very tricky chicane where you can defend from inside or outside. So all in all, a great track for racing, and I am so looking forward to this race. But before we go any further, let's have a lap guide to see exactly what I'm talking about. Joe?
All right, we've got Eklund behind the wheel, GSRC on the hood of our MX-5, and we're about to take a lap around Road Atlanta. Coming across the start-finish line, you've got the fast right-hander of Turn 1 coming up. The very brave are going to try to go through here too wide, but it's going to slow each car up. Get all the way to the inside curve and then track out all the way to the outside curve because you got to carry your speed up this steep uphill. Then you've got braking for Turn 3. Pretty tricky, and it's blind. Take as much of that inside curve as you can, but don't get too greedy because you can get a slowdown penalty if you're not careful. Now you've got the S's. It's going to be single file through here, but it's still flat to the floor, so you got to get the line right. Then braking for Turn 5. Left, uphill, very fast, and you're going to see guys possibly oversteer and lose it off into the barriers. Then the approach to Turn 6. This could be a passing zone if you got a good run coming out of 5, but once again, fast corner because of that banking. Get that curbing on the right there, then it's a short burst into 7. Most important corner on the circuit. You really want to set yourself up for the exit because of this back straightaway. You're going to see guys possibly take a slower entry just so that they can set up a better exit out of here. Now, even though the rest of this track is a very technical track, because of this long back stretch and the draft in these MX-5s, it's going to be a very strategic race. And you're going to see guys possibly wait for the end to snipe somebody just to get a spot. Now you're approaching turns 10A and 10B, the chicane. This is your best passing opportunity on the whole course. Heavy braking. You're going to see guys go too wide through here, but you can defend on the outside. Now, once again, important to get the exit right because you're going to be flat all the way to turn 1. Up over the crest, heading into that fast right final corner. Very scary in faster cars, but this one's pretty easy. Cross the start-finish line, and you finish the lap around Road Atlanta.
And there's a lap around Road Atlanta. Now let's take a quick look at the point standings here. After one race, the word for this race, for race 2, is rookies. Larson in first, Lopez in second, and Cy Andra in fourth. They've got combined 4 races between them. Now, drivers like Richard Eklund, Thomas Zabel, Sonny Ketchen, Patrick Fliss, Deuce Allen, Carlos Torres, and Juris Jelenko, they make up the top 10, the remaining spots. They have combined 220 races for all of those drivers for an average of 31 apiece. So you can see the difference in experience there. Now, of course, we talked to all those drivers, the veteran drivers a lot, because they're usual podium finishers. But now here's a chance for us to talk to some drivers in our special segment called the Mountaintop Cabin Rentals Keys to a Good Time. It's a chance for viewers to hear from drivers that we don't typically interview because they usually don't make the podium. Hopefully, Jeroen can get maybe a podium this time. We can get to talk with Jeroen Ursum there. As you're looking at Jeroen, we love the paint scheme. Everything's upside down in honor of Richard Losper. Jeroen, you got a copy?
Hey, Bill.
Hey, we like the paint scheme. What's it going to take for you to have a good time today?
Well, I've got my hands on a brilliant setup, so I think I can aim for the podium at least.
Richard, do you have a question for Jeroen?
Yes, Jeroen, I'm looking at your paint scheme now. Thank you for doing that.
It's approved by you, as you can see on the banner.
I love the fact that it's upside down. Australia, that is just so funny. So let me tell you, let me ask you, the weather is very sticky today. Let me also give you just a word of advice, if I may. Take it easy on the first couple of laps. The setup will be a little slippery. Just for the viewers, Jeroen is running a setup that I helped him make for tonight. Let's hope he does well. So how does it feel out there, Jeroen?
Well, it's pretty grippy, so that's a good thing because on the qualifying it was a little bit more slippery at least. I already gained 2.5 seconds on my qualifying time just in warm-up, so that's a lot better.
Yep, I'm seeing your time. You're in the 38s. That's very good. Well, Jeroen, we wish you the best of luck, and hopefully you will get that top 10 that we've all kept our fingers crossed for you for the whole of last season and now this season as well. Good luck.
That will be nice. Thanks.
Yeah,
back to you, Bill.
Hopefully Jeroen can stay out of trouble, and if you want to get away from your troubles, why not visit Green Valley Lake, the best kept secret in Southern California's San Bernardino Mountains, where your best bet for lodging is, of course, Mountaintop Cabin Rentals. To get your keys to a good time, go to gblcabinrentals.com. Okay, a little update on what's going on here as the drivers are a few minutes away from gridding here. What's happened is they've qualified earlier in another session where the weather was clear and it was a little bit hot, so they posted their qualifying times. Then they take a little break. The series administrators do a little regridding. They invert the top 6 drivers based on their point standings, and we've done that. And we have some interesting things up there. We're going to look at that right now. Now, if you look up there at the grid for the quick 6, you'll see Robert Hartley. He's your 6th fastest qualifier. He's from South Carolina. This is his 2nd start. But he's going to be on the pole based on his poor performance of the previous race. Now, right next to him is a solid driver, John Deuce Allen, sitting outside of row 1 as they head towards that first right-hander. He's going to see, will be interesting to see if Deuce, with his experience, can go ahead and get the lead from the outside. Now, you look at the second row, you got a couple veterans there. Patrick Fliss from Slovenia, and then Thomas Zabel from Hungary. Both those drivers making their 2nd start here of the season. And then we get to row 3. Now, this is where it's interesting, Richard. We have, of course, Richard Eklund starting on the inside of row 3. But on the outside is our fastest qualifier of the day. Now, he didn't race last race, so that's why he's going to start in the very back there of the quick 6. And that's Justin Hill of Ohio. You know a little bit about this guy.
Yeah, Bill, I know most of the drivers in here. There's Justin Hill. Is a fast driver. He's from the UK, as you mentioned. We see him in the official series from time to time. Look out for him. He's going to be another one of the Say Andrew Marlo Larson ilk.
Let's go ahead and bring up the qualifying now, and we can run down all the grid right now as we have them posted up there. Now, some drivers have had trouble getting in because iRacing is being a little bit cranky right now. We talked about these. Let's go here. We have Thomas Zabel, Eklund, Hill. Let's go to Sonny Ketchen in 7th, Marlo Lawson in 8th, Sam McAleer in 9th. Good to see him back, and Travis Swenke in 10th. Richard?
Well, Bill, I have to be honest, I'm not quite sure what I'm looking at here. It seems to me that they're on the grid already. Let's see, where did you get up to?
Number 11 for you.
Okay, let's go then. Cy Andrew looks like he is on the grid in position number 11. Is that right? That can't be right.
Yep, there we go. Andrew in 11. Then we have Rathy in 12th. Thomas Torres in 13th there. Carlos Torres 14th. Highland in 15th, and the lights are up. We'll get the rest of these as we go up here now. They're going to be starting. Keep an eye on Robert Hartley up there in front. Gather up the chickens. Take cover behind the cows because the horses are out of the barn. And Robert Hartley leads the stampede down into the first corner. Hartley followed by Deuce Allen. Now, take a look back there in 3rd position. That's Fliss, but right inside of Fliss is the Hungarian driver, Zabel, trying to make a move. Zabel and Fliss side by side. Making a dive on the inside is Justin Hill from the 3rd row back. My goodness, what a move. He gets around Fliss and Zabel, moving up into 3rd position now. Still fighting. Now Fliss fighting back. A battle up in front as they go through the right-handers. They come through the S's now as they head, and Fliss is going to get the position as they go through 5. Down the backstretch. Oh, it's very exciting. Zabel now making a move on Hill. The orange car in the back is, but now it's going to be Ford White as Ketchen looking for a place to go. Larson trying a place to go. My goodness. It's still 2 by 2 by 2 as that battle all the way back there in 3rd, 4th. We're going to stay this a little bit as they go through 7 now down the long back straight. Richard, they're going to have to get this sorted out before they get to the chicane.
Well, I am having a good look from the rear of the field at the moment. Jan Koolmans I'm driving with. He had a massive battle going through turn 1 through the S's with none other than Dexter Castro. Managed to get past him in a very risky move into turn number 5. Now he's moving forward. All looking good from the rear here. Let's go back to the front, Bill.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and touch. Hartley and Allen have really pulled away, and now they separate as they go through the chicane. Looks like they're all going to get through straight through there, and now they start to go into single file. I'm going to run it down for 3rd position. It's Fliss. Right behind him, Hill, followed by Zabo. Larson behind him. Ketchen behind him. McAleer with a great run. Now a battle going on back here with Andra. And Swanky, and moving on the inside is the Colombian driver of Carlos Torres.
Yes, and there's the battle. Carlos Torres and Travis Schwenke at the moment going through turn number 3. Schwenke already with some damage in the rear of his car, so he's had a touch from the back. Carlos moves ahead of him as we go forward. Let's go a couple of spots forward here to Sam McAleer, Sonny Cantion. Sam McAleer pressuring Sonny Cantion as they go through turn 5, heading down towards turn 6, which is a banked corner. A little bit defensive there from Sonny going into turn 6. Now they come to the very important turn number 7, which sets you up for the back straight. And look at the cars there. Sonny Cantion. Then in front of him we have Marlo Larson not leading today. Then Tomas Zaba doing well there in position number 5 at the moment. Then Justin Hill doing well. Patrick Fliss doing great at the moment. But up ahead, here's a move on here from John Allen on Robert Hartley. Will he get it done? Let's have a look. Yes, Robert Hartley backs out, and your new leader is none other than John Allen. Bill.
And Travis Swanky has got together with the Colombian driver there of Carlos Torres. They were battling for 10th place. Swanky got pushed off. He's now in the pits as he caromed off into the wall. We're going to see if we can get it on replay. And there you see just the tail end of it on replay there as Swanky got looped. We'll see if we'll go back, and we're going to try to go back one more time, Director, and get it. Here we go. There's a little touch. Swanky loops it around and backs it into the wall. So a bad start for Swanky, currently in the pits. Torres running in 10th position right now, Richard.
And back to the front here with Marlo Larson. Marlo Larson on the rear of Tomas Zaba, who's trying to get on terms with Justin Hill. Patrick Fliss just in front of them. Then a little gap to Hartley and John Allen. John Allen looking good at the moment as we see John Allen slowing down. He must have got a slow down penalty because he's just been passed by 5 cars. That's just as we mentioned his name, he got into trouble.
Yep, he had gotten out in front there. Now he's going to have to give that back up, and that's going to bring all those guys back in there. Hartley leading the way, but now Patrick Fliss is in the hunt. And Richard, we didn't get a chance to talk much about it, but this is a big draft track here. It's going to be hard. There's not a lot of technical sections for these guys to get away if they're actually faster. So keep an eye on these guys to slowly reel in Hartley. Even though he was a pretty fast qualifier, I expect these guys to reel him in. Remember, though, he was only your 6th fastest qualifier.
Here we got a move from Sonny Cantion on John Allen. Here comes Sam McAleer as well. Both of them passing John Allen. He's got some damage there, Bill.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened to him on that one, but meanwhile, up in front, let's keep an eye on the leaders now because Fliss has run down Hartley, and there's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 car train going on here. Wouldn't be surprised if Fliss makes a move here anytime. As you're looking at that great camera angle provided by Dougie Beard there, as you see all the cars on the straightaway. That's Fliss tucked in behind the leader there, Hartley in that yellow car. Fliss hasn't had a victory so far. Of course, he's the Ironman champion from last season, knows how to bring it home, but would sure like to get that first checkered flag. And keep an eye on Justin Hill. He's your fastest qualifier, running in 3rd. Made that aggressive move on the first lap. He's somebody who's really hungry to get up in there.
And I want to tell you, Robert Hartley is going to be under pressure within a matter of seconds as Patrick Fliss comes up on his rear, as well as Justin Hill.
And they car in the wall. It was Marlo Lawson, the winner from last race, has put it in the wall. Meanwhile, we have a pass for the lead, and there goes Patrick Fliss into the lead. Now we're going to go back to Larson. Richard, you don't have the replay there, so I'll see if we can, when we call up, I'll show you what's going on. Keep an eye on the live action there as we bring up our replay right now, as we can keep an eye on Larson. Let's see if I can see what happens here. Did he just get loose? Looked like it was through 5. Oh, that's that place. Boy, I've done that several times. Look at the other cars. Looks like another car was caught up in that. Oh, it was Cy Andra did a little loop. Looks like he didn't make any contact, but did a little 360 back out there.
3 wide, going down the back straight here with Cy Andra in the middle. On his right, there's Carlos Torres. On his left, there's another car. Let's have a look at that. Simon Van Doon, sorry. And
well, yeah, but we're up on the lead right now, Rich.
Wide. 4 wide, this is crazy stuff. You cannot go 4 wide, and look at the result. And Jan Koolmans gets caught up in that as well, but he's got a little bit of damage.
While that's going on, we're going to jump to the lead real quick because it's crazy up there. It's crazy where Richard is going. Let's keep an eye. If we had it on the screen there, that's Fliss in first, Hill in second now. Zabo's moved into third. McAleer's up to fourth. Ketchen in fifth. Hartley has fallen all the way, who once led. Richard, he's fallen all the way back to sixth.
Yeah, he has. He's been passed by just about everybody that was behind him in the top 6 or so. 5 cars now in front of him, and the lead is Patrick Fliss. Then you've got Justin Hill, Tomas Szabo in third, as you said. Sonny Kanchan is now up into... No, Sam McAleer's into fourth, and then Sonny Kanchan, then Robert Hartley. So he's fallen back quite a lot. And then we've got John Allen still making up time on these guys, so he's still in it as well.
Jan Koemans just got into the back of Benjamin Nelson, and Nelson went into the wall. Koemans making his way all the way up, and then Koemans gets into, also collects Dexter Castro, and Koemans have got together. So Koemans having issues working his way through the field. We'll see if we can get it on replay. Richard, keep an eye on the lead while we do this. Here we are. There you're watching Koemans. Now that's Nelson that he gets into there. Then he tries to settle up, and there goes Castro on the inside.
3 wide for first place. 3 wide for first place. Patrick Fliss manages to hang on. Tomas Szabo moves past Justin Hill into second place. They were going 3 wide into the chicane there. Here comes Sam McAleer on Justin Hill as well. This is fantastic racing, but it is hard racing, tough racing. Sam McAleer looking good at the moment to try and make a move on Justin Hill. Where is Sonny Kanchan? He was in there as well. He's just behind Sam McAleer. These 5 cars at the moment, that's where the action is, Bill. 5 of them, and they're not giving any quarter to one another.
You look at those 5 cars up and back. Now falling back is Hartley. Deuce Allen. Torres has made his way up to 7th. He's gotten around Deuce Allen, who's now back to 8th. The name that is missing, Richard, is Richard Eklund. We talked about iRacing being a little bit finicky today. Maybe Eklund wasn't able to get into the second session after qualifying, as he didn't make the grid, so that'll be tough for him. Meanwhile, the battle for the lead as they go down into 6. There's Fliss, and keep an eye on Szabo. I think maybe Szabo might want to do it if they come out of here as 7. If he can get a good run out of 7, see if he can get him before he gets to the chicane. Look at that 6-car train.
And Justin Hill on the rear end of Tomas Szabo, who in turn is looking at Patrick Fliss as they go down the backstretch, and this is where the draft kicks in. This is the main draft area. Patrick Fliss very defensive at the moment. On the outside goes Tomas Szabo. He's got enough speed to get past. Here comes Justin Hill as well. They're both going to be right next to Fliss, but Fliss hangs in there. Tomas Szabo takes the first place, and now Patrick Fliss moves down into second place with Justin Hill right on his rear bumper. Great battling here for the first position. And the second position, here comes Sam McAleer in 4th place, and Sonny Kanchan as well. The top 5 still there, but just a position change. Fliss trying again on the inside, but decides to back out.
Fliss did everything he could there, taking that defensive line, and Szabo said, okay, if you're going to take that line, I'm going to get the momentum on the outside, pin you to the inside through the chicane, and he was able to make the pass. He almost pulled Hill right with him. Hill still sitting back there in 3rd. Now keep an eye on McAleer. He's really being pressured by the Australian driver, Sonny Ketchen, and back up in the hunt is Robert Hartley, who started on the pole. So you got 3 cars running 4, 5, 6, and then the 3 cars up in front starting to pull away of Fliss, Szabo, and Hill.
And let's have a look at the 3 just behind them. So behind them you've got Carlos Torres, then you've got John Allen. John Allen still doing well with a slightly damaged car. And then you've got Tom Rajay. Tom Rajay doing fantastically well in this race here. The grip must be helping everybody out as they go around turn 7 down the long straightaway. They are trying to catch up to that top 5 there. You're quite right, Bill. The top 3 have pulled a little way ahead of these guys. Just behind them, McAleer, Hill, Sonny Kanchan, Robert Hartley, etc. So let's go back to the front now and see as they go down the draft section once again. Tomas Szabo leading the way. Patrick Fliss looking like he wants to have a look, but then stays in line. Justin Hill also stays in line. So for this lap at least, and bear in mind we are on lap 7 now of 27, they are just single file.
Fliss didn't get a good exit out of 7 that sets up that long drag down the straight there. He got to Szabo, but it was too late. He couldn't get it done before the chicane. Gave Szabo a little hello from behind there. No harm, no foul. It's those 3 drivers now. As you can see, they're starting to pull away. The distance that Hill has back to Sonny Ketchen is over a second now. So those 3 guys up in front may want to start racing, staying in line, and see if they can put in some hot laps as we're watching right now. You see them go by real quick. There they go by Szabo, Fliss, and Hill. 1, 2, 3. Fliss in the middle of that sandwich there. Great camera work. Oh, as they go right over the camera that's embedded in the ground.
Okay, let's get the cameras back here on Richard Eklund, who's moved up now. Richard Eklund into 14th place. He's a long way away from the action at this stage, but look out for Richard Eklund over the remainder of the race. He's not that far behind, and he is fast, make no mistake. Doing his best now, got clear air everywhere around him. Let's see what he can do a little bit later on, so we'll keep an eye out for him. Back to the front.
Yeah, now my apologies. I will stand that I mentioned that Eklund didn't make the grid. I'm not sure if he gridded. Maybe he had to start from the back. He got in late. Meanwhile, it looks like we have a battle for second. Let's keep an eye here on Fliss. I think Hill is just trying to get Fliss back up there. He's giving him a little bump drafting, trying to catch him back up to Szabo as they go down that long straight leading into the chicane. We'll have to. I'll take a break here, Richard, and I'll see if I can follow up and see what happened to Eklund, if he started up front or if he started from the back. Go ahead and take it for a minute.
All right, so let's have a look now. Your top 3 still Tomas Szabo, Patrick Fliss trying to make a move on him. Justin Hill sitting back there in what we like to call the popcorn position, having a look to see what's going on in front of him. There's the move from Fliss, but it's covered by Tomas Szabo. Tomas Szabo goes defensive and maintains his first position going into turn 1. Justin Hill having a look there at the car of Patrick Fliss, but deciding against trying any move as they go through turn 3 now, down through the S's. This top 3 certainly moving a little way past, but Sonny Ketchen bringing up the 4th position is in a good position. If there's any battling going on in front of him, he's still in the draft. He can stay with these guys, but he's being harassed by Sam McAleer. Sam McAleer trying to make a move on Sonny Ketchen, but Sonny Ketchen's got him covered. Sorry, go ahead, Bill.
Michael Van Dyke got into some contact. Maybe we can go ahead and follow. It happened just a few seconds ago. Let's see who got collected by. It's Michelle Van Dyke, sorry.
Might have been LeVar Boutte.
No, it looks like he just got off on the grass all by himself, but he came across the track and he got... Yep, no, he got into Thomas Torp from Norway. Torp back in the, you'll see Torp there in the Foggy Notion machine, the gray car as he comes by. Look at Van Dyke, he's off, he brings it, he's trying to bring it back on track. He brings it back right into Torp. Oh, that's too bad. Okay, Richard, what are you looking at?
Well, I'm just having a look at the guys from last week who were so fast. Andra, he is a long way off the leaders at the moment. Richard Eklund's got his work cut out. So going back to the front now, let's have a look at Tom Rache. Tom Rache doing battle.
Sorry,
here.
Pass for the lead. Got to pass for the lead. Going into 1. Fliss is on the inside. He's going to be side by side with Szabo. Oh, they make a little contact.
Little touch there. Justin Hills has a look as well. Szabo has got the inside line for the first part of the turn. And then going through 3, Justin Hill makes the move from the outside on Patrick Fliss. Patrick Fliss does well to just stay in it, but just keeps feathering the pedal there so that he doesn't have any trouble getting through there alongside Justin Hill, which they do. Now we have a change for 2nd and 3rd. Justin Hill moves into 2nd. Bill, every time we get a new driver in here, last week was Marlo, Larson, Andra. This week, it's none other than Justin Hill. Look out. Here we go. The 48's on fire.
And you got to tip your hat to these guys. Now remember, these guys are fast, and in the regular iRacing, they often go wire to wire and really aren't competitive. These guys are in a dogfight right now. Szabo, I mean, Hill, Fliss having a hard time staying with Ketchen running in 4th, having a hard time. McAleer back there. Robert Hartley doing a good job. Now, we're going to stay on this for a little bit because our pre-race interview, poor Jeroen Ursum, he's got a 6-car train coming up behind him. Meanwhile, look, we have a battle for the lead there, and I think we have a new leader. Hill's going to get it done on the outside of the chicane, and now he has the preferred position, and we have another new leader as Justin Hill, your fastest qualifier, has taken the lead. Keep an eye. Here comes Fliss looking for a place to go. Richard?
And look out behind them, Sunny Canyon right on the rear of these guys now as we see. There goes Tomas Zabo trying to make a move on the inside. He wasn't seen there by Justin Hill actually, and Justin had to quickly shift left to give him some room, or there would have been quite a large contact. Look at the guys behind them here. The Patrick Fliss under threat now from Sunny Canyon. Sam McAleer in there as well. Great racing at the moment, but have a look at what's happening in front of these guys. You got some back markers here. Let's see, Joseph Aero back marker and Jeroen Ursum. These guys are going to get caught up momentarily in the fast guys coming through. Trouble coming, I can see it.
Yeah, somebody send a flare up to Italy because Joseph Aero, the train is coming. Meanwhile, while that was going on, Dexter Castro got tangled up with the newcomer, Jim Rautienen, and they both went into the wall, nothing to go back to there. Meanwhile, let's go ahead and stay on this and see how these back markers. Look at these guys up ahead there. You have Jeroen Ursum and Joseph Aero, veterans of the series. Those guys are battling for position, but here comes your leaders right behind them. Zabo, Hill, Fliss, Katchen, McAleer, all coming fast.
Yes, they are, and these guys will get through the chicane before the leaders come through. That would have been really bad if they caught them in the chicane. The poor back markers would have had a problem trying to figure out what to do. But our leader is back, Tomas Zabo is back in the lead, I should say, and Justin Hill sitting in behind him now. Now, let's have a look behind them. So Patrick Fliss about 3 or 4 car lengths further back. Then we have, let's have a look, Sunny Canyon, and the battle between him and Sam McAleer has not abated at all.
Okay.
Sam McAleer.
Here we go. Now, we're looking at back markers here. Aero just got around Ursum. Ursum is bailed out onto the grass. Aero trying to get out of the way. 1, 2, 3 cars go by. Aero lifting, trying to get him out as they come through the S's now. Aero trying to make the car invisible. Nice job, Joseph, for letting those guys by. They all get around him. Woo!
Yeah, that was a bit of a dicey moment there. But Joseph Aero, look who's coming through the middle there. That is
that's the yellow car of Robert Hartley made hay while the sun was shining there. McAleer got caught up a little bit from Aero. Aero was fighting back for some reason, slowed McAleer down, and Hartley said, "I'll take that spot." Hartley moves up into the top 5.
Yes, Hartley doing extremely well here as well. He's now behind Sunny Canyon. Sunny Canyon struggling a little bit to stay with the leaders. He was right up there, but in that melee that occurred where they were passing the back markers, he lost quite a bit of time. So as did Sam McAleer, and the big winner there. Let's go back to the lead now. I'm hearing we are having battle for the lead. Tomas Zabo is under threat from Justin Hill, but he covers him nicely and stays in the lead as they go to finish lap number 12.
It's really interesting what the leader does there. They take that defensive line, but it gives them such a bad corner entry into the chicane that you're almost going to give up the position either on the second part of the chicane. Look at this battle now as Hill looking for a place to go. Fliss running in third. Those guys are fighting nose to tail. They'd like to maybe stop battling, and maybe they can put a little distance behind Ketchen, Hartley, and McAleer, the second 3 back there. Remember, there's a pit stop coming up. And to follow up one thing on Richard Eklund, I went back to check. For some reason, he wasn't able to make the grid. He actually started the race from the pits. So he's up to 12th right now.
That is correct, and it's probably this problem that people are having trying to connect to the server. Richard Eklund is out there. He's still running in clear air, so he can lay down some really hot laps. We'll go and have a look at some of the other fast guys in a minute, but staying with the guys in front here, Tomas Zabo is under severe pressure from Justin Hill. Justin Hill has tried on a number of occasions to make the pass, but has not been successful because he's been covered well by Tomas Zabo. Now, have a look here at Patrick Fliss, and he's just falling back just slightly. You mentioned the pit stops, Bill. We are on lap 13 of 27, so we're around the halfway mark at the moment. These guys will have to start thinking about their pit stops very soon.
I want to go quickly to this battle here with Tom Ratchey right now, running in 16th position. He's in a battle with Carlos Torres. We don't have a chance to look at these guys. Maybe run back some of these back munctures. Benjamin Nelson were there running in 28th position. There's a newcomer there as we're still looking at that Rathy battle, and let's see who's just ahead of that. It looks like a 3-car battle there. see if I can find it here. Nope, I'll say, yeah, it's Rathy and
the battle
16th.
is
Oh, it's
on. The battle is
Al-Heaton.
on with Rathy, and in front of him, Carlos. No, that's not Carlos. So let's have a look. That's Al-Heaton. So
Yeah.
Al-Heaton is a back marker. He's going to be passed here by.
And there's Carlos Torres now
There's
making a move.
Carlos Torres trying
making a
to
bump.
get in there. But Al-Heaton going defensive, wanting to keep these guys out. That's the wrong move, Al. Give them the opportunity to pass.
Well,
You
no, that's
are
a battle.
not in the battle.
That's a battle for position. Heaton running in 15th position, Carlos Torres in 16th, and Tom Rathy in 17th. So they're battling for a spot
yes,
there.
yes. No, my apologies, Al. Go for it. Go as hard as you can.
Meanwhile, we'll jump back to the leaders as that's been able to hold position. This thing's going on. Zabel still up in front. Hill running in second. There's a newcomer. It's nice to see another name up there. And then Fliss. Now, Fliss has opened up about a half-second lead. Gobbling him up is the Australian, Sonny Ketchen. He's going to bring those guys back in. Hartley trying to hang on to the pace. The guy who has fallen off is McAleer now. Has McAleer maybe gone into the pits because he was in that hunt? No, we're looking for McAleer.
So, no, McAleer is out on track, but he's fallen back. Let's see
Yeah.
where McAleer is.
Oh, Hill has moved into her lead now. We had a pass for the lead.
Well, we don't know what happened to Sam McAleer, but he's in 12th place at the moment. My goodness, he's 34 seconds off the lead, so we had a problem somewhere. But
Now
let's go back to the lead.
I think he's pitted now. Sonny Ketchens has pulled in as well, so we'll keep an eye on Ketchen and see how that fares
The
in
battle
comparison
is
to
still on
McAleer.
for first place, and Tomas Zabo takes it back going into turn number 1. Justin Hill had to give up the position because he was on the outside there. Tomas Zabo driving the race of his life. Justin Hill driving an extremely good race. Patrick Fliss staying in there as well. These guys have to be close to their pit stops as well, so we'll see what happens there. But the battle for the lead is absolutely intense, Bill. Intense is the only word I could think of.
Now I'm looking here as I'm going back to Sonny Ketchen right now. Ketchen is coming out of the pits right now. He made that pit stop, but going around him is Sam McAleer, who's going to put, oh boy, maybe 2 or 3 seconds on Ketchen. So McAleer with a great stop. That's somebody we have to keep an eye on. If he was able to make up that much distance on Ketchen, what's he going to do when these leaders come in? So keep an eye on McAleer right now. We're hearing from our director, McAleer is your lead car of all the cars who have pitted, and he had a really fast pit stop, so we're going to keep an eye on him. Meanwhile, Richard, that battle for the lead continues now as it's Hill up and
Wow.
Zabel doesn't know where to go.
That was a little bit of contact. There's slight contact from Justin Hill onto Zabo. They were very close to each other. Now they come through the chicane, heading up the hill towards the end of this lap. Lap number 15, who will pit? Justin Hill goes into the pits.
Oh!
Patrick
Fliss
hits Justin
Fliss gives
Hill.
him a little tap. I think they're okay. I hope Fliss didn't pick up a slowdown penalty for going off the grass there. I think everything's okay. A little love tap there as Fliss came in really hot. Now, we're going to keep an eye on those cars that are in the pits, but who we want to pick up is Sam McAleer and see how he comes around. McAleer currently running in... Timing and scoring can get there. There we go. Currently running in 10th, going through the chicane right now. So he's going around this final corner. I think he's going to jump these guys. He's already on the main straight.
He's on the main straight, and Sonny Ketchen's coming as well, McAleer. And in front of him, we have got... let's see what Sonny Ketchen can do.
Fliss is just out of the pits right now. McAleer has jumped him. Hill is out of the... So McAleer has both jumped Fliss and Hill.
Yes, the battle. Sonny Ketchen passing Justin Hill, who was in second place. And so Sonny Ketchen manages to get that position, that early pit stop, working for Sam McAleer and Sonny Ketchen at the moment, Bill.
Yeah, you gotta wonder if McAleer let that MX-5 take a big enough gulp of petrol there. He was so fast. Does he have enough to get to the end? He's right now following Tomas Hallinen, who's a lap down, really. But I think McAleer might want to maybe think about saving some fuel. Meanwhile, our leader, Zabo, staying out one more lap. Yeah, be going through the chicane. Let's see if Zabel comes in this time. And as he's going through pit entrance right now, he's not.
Going on. Sorry, guys, there's a battle going on here. Justin Hill and Sonny Ketchen battled it through turns 5, 6 and 7, and now they're on the straightaway going down towards the chicane, and Sonny Canton had to give it up. So Justin Hill reclaims a position from Sonny Canton. He's got his sights now, or will have his sights on Sam McAleer up in front. But Sam McAleer, effectively the leader of this race after the pit stops come work their way through, Bill.
Well, Thomas Zabel may have something to say about that. He's done a pit stop or two or time in this series, so he might be able to come in. Boy, but he was racing awful hard. I think he was that MX-5 of his is going to be kind of thirsty. So right now, McAleer is your leader. We're going to call him your leader. Currently running in 10th position now. Hollenden has peeled in. Also, Robert Hartley is also peeled into the pit. So let's keep an eye on Hartley right now. Let's go to Hartley. He's coming out right now. Where's he going to come out in comparison to the other guys? Here comes Hill. Here comes Ketch. And Hartley's going to get out in front, but he's not going to have the momentum. Those guys are going to gobble him up. No! It's close. Hill gets him.
Yeah. He does the right thing. He does. That was great driving from Robert Hartley there. He realized that these guys had momentum, and he gave up the positions to them. That is very good driving. Good on you, Robert.
As we're speaking, we don't need to go there, but Travis Schwenke has put the car into the wall. His day is done as he went in hard. He's had a couple contacts with the wall. So let's go ahead and set the stage right now. Thomas Zabel, the Hungarian driver, still out in front of them. I'm watching him. Is he going to go into the pits this time? He is. No, he's not. One more lap as he starts. He's on lap 17. He's going to start lap 18 here.
Yes, and you know, with 27 laps, I'm wondering whether he'll take tires. I'm betting that he probably won't. So he's going to run the tank dry and then come in for a splash and dash. Perhaps that'll work for him. We shall see. But at the moment, he's way out in front of everyone else. He's got a 15-second lead there on Cy Andra, who's in second place, but he has not pitted yet. So those are the two guys that have to pit, Bill. Cy Andra and Tomas Zabel.
Yeah, Andra, you might see on your timing and scoring there, Zabel, Andra, and I think also Richard Eklund is still out there showing on at least my timing and scoring ahead of those guys. Eklund and Andra has come in, so that only leaves Zabel really the only guy to keep an eye on. Meanwhile, what I'm watching here is McAleer, and he's being ran down by the Slovene machine, Patrick Fliss. Now, McAleer's your champion from Season 3. It was nice to see him coming back, doing a great job, the Scottish driver, but look at Fliss running him down, and Fliss has quite a gap back. It's 4 seconds back to this battle with Hill and Sonny Ketchen. Maybe we can take a look at that real quick there, Richard. Hill and Ketchen in a big dogfight.
Yeah, they've been, Sonny Canton has kind of found his second breath here, and he's all over Justin Hill at the moment. Not sure what Sonny Canton did in the pits. Would be nice to know without actually having to look at these guys whether they took tires and how much fuel they took, but of course iRacing doesn't give us that sort of information. But Justin Hill, remember, was behind Sonny Canton after the pit stops, overtook Sonny Canton, now Sonny Canton fighting back.
Here comes the leader into the pits. Now, he was able to get in. He had Eric Garcia ahead of him, but Eric was able to clear pit entrance by the time Zabel got there. So what we're going to do is we're going to watch Zabel, as you see him right now, as he's going to pull into his pit stall, and then we're going to try to pick up Sam McAleer, who's going to be... Now, McAleer hasn't got to the chicane yet. He's getting there right now. Boy, and Zabel's just coming in right now. McAleer has cleared the chicane. He's going to be coming around. There's pit entrance right there. He's now on the main straight.
And Fliss right behind him as well, and Canton behind him.
Zabel's still sitting there, still in his pits. McAleer is rolling. Zabel's coming out, but McAleer's going to get him. McAleer's going to get him, and also Fliss is going to get him. Let's see if Zabel can get out ahead of this battle for third back here. Hartley in this battle with Hill and Ketchen. I think Zabel's going to get out, yeah.
And Hill and Canton fighting it out as Canton dives into turn number 3 ahead of Hill. Hill had to just back off slightly. He had the wrong position going into the turn, so he decided to back off a little bit. Canton maintains that position. Big battle going on between these two at the moment, but out in front of them is indeed Tomas Zabel. So he's sitting in third place at the moment as we see Patrick Fliss making up time on Sam McAleer. This is the Patrick Fliss having had the time to do a lot of practice at this track in the official races. That's coming to his aid at the moment. Sam McAleer, haven't seen him for ages, just jumped into this race. So he's a little bit green at the moment, Bill.
Something tells me McAleer's going to have fuel issues when this is all said and done. Don't be surprised if you don't see McAleer. Let Fliss get around him, and maybe McAleer can save a little bit. I just can't see how he could make up so much time on that pit stop. He was running 6th before they all went in for their pit stop. He came out in 1st. Oh, that doesn't sound like that was... he took enough fuel there to me, but we'll see what happens. McAleer's been around for a while. He knows what he's doing.
The battle is still on here between Hill and Kanchan. This is the battle of the race at the moment. Sonny Kanchan fighting it out. There's less than a car length between them. Now we've got Justin Hill ahead of Sonny once again. Sonny looking at him as they go into turn 1. He decides not to try and make the move, and Justin Hill manages to stay in front of him for the moment.
I want to go back real quick to Carlos Torres in this 8th place battle. It's been going on all race, but now there's a new guy into the fight. It's Torres, Tom Ratchie, and back in there, look at that, what is that, a Panther? Oh, that's the Eklund, yeah, that's the I can't think of the word. What is the Jaguar that's sitting on there? The Puma, yeah. He's in there, Eklund, trying to make his way back after that start from the pits. Boy, he's all over Tom Ratchie in that orange and blue Cape Cod potato chips machine.
Yes, and don't be surprised if he makes the move now. He goes to the outside and goes back onto the inside. Rathy tries to cover, realizes that...
Let's go. We're going to go for a pass for the lead. We're going to go up to the lead. McAleer took an inside defensive line as they go down the chicane, entering into the chicane. That gave Fliss the outside move. He's got the momentum. I think he's going to get this thing done. I'm not sure if that's not McAleer surrendering that position so he can save a little fuel.
Well, Patrick Fliss is now our leader, the genuine leader of this race on lap number 20. Sam McAleer is in 2nd place, but here comes Tamar Szabo. Tamar Szabo has been lapping faster than the 2 in front of him, so he's going to be there at the finish. There's still 7 laps to go. Tamar Szabo flying in that MX-5 there, and then of course behind him you've got Justin Hill, Sonny Kanchan. They might not be in it, but certainly Szabo is in it. Patrick Fliss looking the goods at the moment here, Bill.
Okay, it's time to pay a little bit of bills here. We're going to quickly do our back marker salute if our director is ready for that. Caught him by a little bit of surprise. We're going to start when you get a chance. We're good to go. We're going to start on the last car on the lead lap, and that's Trip Smith right there in the beautiful Moose Mobile. Trip running in 21st position. 1 spot up from him. He's in a battle with newcomer Joe McDonald running in 20th. Old McDonald had a farm, and right now that farm has him in 20th position. Al Heaton running in 19th spot. 1 spot up now. We saw, here's an old-timer coming back again. Arthur Nieto making his 2nd run. He was around for the early seasons, took a few off. Good to see him running in 18th spot. Moving up to 17th, Tron Tran had to serve a first lap stop-and-go penalty. Served that one, got up to 17th position. Nice run from him. Thomas Hallinan running in 16th spot. Another driver, I believe he is from Finland. Yes, running up there in Finland. Moving up to 15th position is Lever Boutet. A rookie making a 2nd race right now, running in 15th. 14th spot goes to Michael Van Dyke. We saw him having a little trouble earlier. Good to see him running in 14th. Moving up to 13th position, Simon Van Doon back after missing the entire last season. Good to see him. I believe he is, I thought he was from Brazil. No, that's not. He is from, I think he's from Holland, I believe, or the Netherlands, perhaps. And finally, up to Deuce Allen running in 12th. So there's your Eagles Nest Tavern back 60-second back marker salute. Back to you, Richard.
And they are not that far, they are far behind the guys in front of them. So here's the battle still on between Sonny Kanchan and Justin Hill. We'll keep an eye on Tamar Szabo and see if he can make up some time on Sam McAleer. Yes, but the real battle is right here with Kanchan and Hill.
Let's go to the leaders right now because they've run up on the back of Joe McDonald. And then what that did is Fliss lost all of his momentum now. That's going to give McAleer a chance to take the lead. Nothing McDonald did wrong there. They caught him in 5. He couldn't make the car invisible. McAleer just going to tuck back in behind. I thought he might make a move there, Richard. Back to you.
Yes, and McAleer and Fliss now going through turn number 7. Now they get on the back straight. This is where we might have a possible change of lead. Because McAleer is really on the rear end there, but it's not quite close enough. That was a great exit from Fliss.
You can see the camera angle, the shot long down the straightaway there. Szabo took it off into the alfalfa to get around Trip Smith. Smith, again, you had to put the car somewhere. Szabo did everything he could not to lose momentum. Szabo's on a charge to catch those two leaders.
That's right, and he's not that far behind now as they storm down the front straight. There's another back marker in front here, Joe McDonald, that Szabo will have to contend with. Hopefully he can get to him before turn number 1, possibly. But McAleer again losing ground to Patrick Fliss as Patrick Fliss pours on the coals onto the engine of that MX-5 and heads down the front straight back into turn number 1. Joe McDonald thinking, well, I've got the fast guys all coming up behind me. What am I going to do? But what you've got to do, Joe, is just keep calm and allow them to pass, because there's no use trying to do battle with these guys when you are somewhere down in the 20th position.
I think Szabo's going to catch McDonald in a bad spot here. Maybe not. Maybe if McDonald can get through 5, which he's going to be able to do right. Yeah, I think McDonald's going to be able to get through 5, and that should let Szabo get around him as they go down into 6.
Yeah, and see, he goes immediately to the left side of the course and allows a pass to take place there by Szabo. Good driving, Joe McDonald. Szabo making up good time on the leaders in front of him, and they are, of course, in their private battle there for first place. But Tamar Szabo, the more they battle, Bill, the more they will give an opportunity to Tamar Szabo to catch them.
From McAleer back to Szabo, it's about just under 3.5 seconds, so we'll keep an eye on that. Look at Fliss, though, as you watch take that kind of defensive line. Now he kind of drifts over because he doesn't want to get pinned. Here comes McAleer. No, McAleer's not in a hurry to make this move. I don't think McAleer wants to use up the gas up in front. Actually, he gave Fliss a little love tap there, pumped him down got a little momentum, get Fliss a few more feet down the road.
And behind them, the battle is still on here for the 4th position, which is Justin Hill and Sonny Canchin. Justin Hill currently in front of Sonny Canchin, but they have been battling lap after lap. But the laps are running out now. Sonny Canchin must make his move. Sam McAleer must make his move. Can Tamar Szabo catch them? We shall see, Bill.
4 laps to go. Let's go ahead and touch base real quick on another battle here. Cy Andrew running in 7th. Well, hello. Here's Richard Eklund. Eklund was able to beat him in the first race, and Eklund's going to make this move right now. This is going to move Eklund up into 7th spot. If Cy will give him the spot, nope, not yet, but I think it's only a matter of time before Eklund gets that Puma there around Cy's car.
Yeah, well, Cy gave him the inside there, but then managed to keep in front of him going up towards turn number 3. Now, in front of them, they have got a couple of back markers, Thomas Hallonen and Trip Smith. So these guys are way down. Will they allow them to pass easily? I think so. But let's go back to the front here. I want to see where Tamar Szabo is in relation to Sam McAleer. He's made up a little bit more space. He's now 3.2 seconds behind them. Is there enough? Are there enough laps, I should say? I don't think so, Bill.
Looking at the battle now for the lead. Again, McAleer giving a bump to Fliss. Getting Fliss around the lapped car there of Al Heaton, who does a good job of getting out of the way. McAleer again pushing Fliss along. I think he wants he's trying to serve 2 masters here. He wants to save fuel, and he also wants Fliss to get going because he can see Szabo closing in on him for 3rd position. He does not want this to turn into a 3-car battle. The distance now, my goodness, McAleer has opened it up to 4 seconds. Szabo not able to close.
No, correct. Szabo now 4.1 seconds behind, but the battle now is firmly for first place. So let's stick with this for a moment and keep an eye also on Justin Hill and Sonny Canchin, because that is another battle going on, and that is for the 4th position.
McAleer, the champion of Season 3, has several wins under his belt. Fliss does not. McAleer seems to have the speed to get this done. I am still worried about if he has the fuel to get this done. I think hiding behind Fliss for this last section of the race is really going to be helpful as we ride on board with McAleer right now, looking ahead of Fliss as they go down into 6.
Well, Bill, the laps are definitely running out. We're on lap 25. When they go past the line, they will have 2 laps left to race. And McAleer is struggling to get out of turn number 7 onto the back straight. Fliss has a much better exit than he does every time. And then he's got to catch up in the draft again. But even with the draft, he just manages to get on the rear end of Fliss, but not enough to make the pass. But now he's pretty close. Will he try and go to the inside? No, he breaks a little early. So I think you're right, Bill. He's saving fuel. He's not ready to make a move yet because he's right on the edge of his fuel tank, I think.
And if he does have enough fuel, he's probably also thinking where he wants to be for the last lap. I think he's got to get it done before the chicane, going down that long back stretch out of 7. I don't think there's enough time to make a pass before, maybe there is, if you get it done from the chicane to get to the start-finish line. We will find out. Both these drivers have raced here a lot. Richard, if you were doing it, where would you make your move?
Into turn 1, Bill. Make your move into turn 1 and then go very defensive down the back straight, because if you wait to the back straight and your opponent goes defensive, your opportunities are much less to make the move. But I think if you look at Sam McAleer, the attitude of Sam McAleer is, I want that position. Another place you can make the move is into turn number 6 here. Just here where they are right now. Go to the inside and cut them off as they go into that little bank section there. But he's not close enough, and Fliss is just driving brilliantly at the moment.
Quick little battle. Let's jump back to Hartley real quick. Hartley, we're not going to leave the leaders here, but Hartley and Ketchen in a battle there. They get that sorted out. Let's jump back to the leaders. It's too much to cover, Rich.
Yeah, I know, and I want to just quickly touch base here with Kanchan. Kanchan's fallen off from Hill now, so that battle is over. Back to the front now, as we see McAleer now. This is an opportunity for him. They're going to be on the last lap. He's still not close enough. Fliss offers him the inside, but Fliss knows that he hasn't got enough to come past, or maybe Fliss has worked out that he hasn't got enough fuel. I'm not sure, but this is it, Bill. This is the last lap as they cross the line. Very soon they cross the line. Right now we are into the final lap of this race. Now, Sam McAleer, he should make his move. Go, Sam.
All right, this is it. They go through 1. That's where Richard Losper thought McAleer should make a move. He doesn't. Now they got to go through the S's here. 2, 3, 4, and sets up 5. There they go through 2. McAleer looking for a spot to go. Fliss trying to make that car as wide as they come. They goes through the right-hander. Fliss holding position. McAleer has good momentum now as they come through the S's, trying to get a good run out of 5. Richard Losper says you can do it. Going into 6. Let's see. McAleer on the hunt. McAleer chasing. McAleer not able to close much distance. Fliss on the outside. He's going to give McAleer the inside if he wants it. McAleer doesn't take it. They go through 6. Now McAleer, this has been his Achilles heel. He needs a good exit through 7 if he's going to get there. He's on the back of Fliss. Pretty good exit. Fliss starts to pull away, but McAleer's going to be close enough. I don't know. We'll see. McAleer in the toe. He's got that skinny pedal pushed all the way to the floor. Fliss holding the left side as they head down into the chicane. Fliss right down the middle of the lane now. McAleer running, trying to gobble him up. He's not making a lot of ground on him. He's coming, but the chicane is coming up. Fliss now moves to the outside. McAleer trying to place to go. Fliss is going to give him the inside. McAleer peeks in there. He's not going to get it done. Can he do it under braking? No, not going to get there. There's a car ahead of him, Oscar Nieto, but it's not going to play a factor. Fliss able to hold off McAleer. They're coming to the start-finish line. McAleer tries to get a run on the inside. Not going to get there. Fliss takes the line to the inside. Fliss has the lead. Fliss wins race number 2 of the Tidal Influence MS5 World Tour. Let's jump back to 3rd position. It looks like it's going to be Szabo. Hill gets 4th. 5th spot goes. Ketchen gets 5th. Let's see if we can pick up a battle here as they cross the finish line there. Andres gets 6th ahead of Eklund in 7th.
Yep.
Rathke gets 10th.
That was an absolutely brilliant battle there. Sam McAleer had a small opportunity going into turn 6. I think he should have taken that opportunity because Patrick Fliss did exactly what I said. He was prepared to cover all the way. He was partly defensive, watching his mirrors, no doubt, trying to see where Sam McAleer was. Sam McAleer wasn't close enough, so he went back to the normal line and made it stick. So great driving from Patrick Fliss. That was a good win, no doubt about it.
Watching the lead laps car cross there, and 14th position goes to Van Dyke. I think we're going to go to break now as everyone's going to wrap up. Let's take a short break. We'll be back to run down the entire field, do driver interviews and post-race plugs. Back in just a few. Maid's performances finally gets the checkered flag. Congratulations from him. He is your winner. Sam McAleer, an exciting race. The Scotsman put on quite a show, finishing in second place. Thomas Szabo, a third place finish from the Hungarian driver. Newcomer Justin Hill, great job from him. Fastest qualifier, picks up the fourth place position. Sonny Ketchen in fifth. Robert Hartley, a nice finish from him, up into the sixth spot. Syandra in seventh. The snowman position goes to Richard Eklund, started from the pits, made his way all the way back up into eighth spot. Ninth position, Carlos Torres from Colombia. And the Bay State Hammer, Tom Ratchie, finishes in the top 10. Richard, who do you got for 11th?
Well, I have got Billy Bob Wright in 11th place. Another good finish for him. Second week, he's finished just outside the top 10. Then we have John Allen in 12th place. John had some troubles early in the race. Simon Van Doorn finished in 13th place. Good finish for him. Michael Van Dyke, a newcomer. No, Michelle Van Dyke, we believe it is. And he finished in 14th place. Then Levar Boutte in 15th place. Love that name, Bill. Tuan Tran quietly finished in 16th place. These guys did not get onto the broadcast. There was too much action. Oscar Nieto returning, finished in 17th place. Al Eaton, a creditable 18th place. Joe McDonald, 19th. And rounding out the top 20, Thomas Helleman, which is unusual. He's faster than that normally, Bill.
Hitting blackjack, Trip Smith. Catching 22 is Peter Malassa. 23rd position goes to Ursa. The double dozen spot goes to Benjamin Nelson. 25th and 26th goes to Eric Garcia and Joseph Arrow. Dexter Castro finishes in 27th position. 28th, 29th, and 30th go to Jim Ratunian, Thomas Torp, and Jan Koemans in the 30th spot. Richard, round out the finals there.
And Jake Tucker finished in 31st. Thomas Villen finished in 32nd. Christopher Hen, who's another fastie. He must have had some troubles early. He finished in 33rd place. Marlo Larson, last week's winner, finished in 34th place. Then Travis Swenke got into some trouble with the ball there in 35th place. And finally, Derek Holland rounds out the 36th place, the last place of the race.
And we're going to give a quick shout out to Benjamin Lanouette, who ends his consecutive race streak that goes all the way back to season 8. Benjamin is celebrating double birthdays from a pair of grandmothers, both turning 80 on the same day. So congratulations to the Lanouette grandparents and also to Benjamin for a nice job of consecutive streaks. Let's go now to some interviews here. We'll see if we can bring in our race winner, Patrick Bliss. Richard, you want to talk to the Slovene machine?
I will indeed. Let us bring him in here. He is with us. Patrick, a great win for you. Some very fierce battling there with, first of all, Tomas Szabo, and then, of course, Justin Hill involved there as well. And then finally that last few laps there with Sam McAleer. I had a feeling you were going to win it. You seem to have McAleer well covered.
Oh, hi guys. Yeah, that was pretty much my favorite race so far. And yeah, we worked together with Sam towards the end. I told him to run away, and I followed him for a lap, and then he told me to go in front and he'll follow, which gave me a lot of responsibility, and I was really afraid I'd screw up. But yeah, it worked out great.
Yeah, I think we had the feeling, we'll find out if Sam McAleer comes in here, but we had a feeling he didn't take enough fuel on his pit stop because he was way back and suddenly was right up there. So we felt that he didn't take enough fuel. But a nice win early on in the season, that must give you a lot of confidence.
Yeah, I really can't believe it. I expected like 7th place again, just like previously. But yeah, never a win, not in a million years. And also I'd like to apologize again to Tomas. Early on I punted him a bit, but we didn't have any damage, so that's good.
Yeah, Tomas finished off in 3rd place there. Tomas, you guys just came out ahead of him in the pit stops, and he was playing catch up after that. But there are a couple of guys that you're going to have to be watching out for. Justin Hill is another newcomer. Sam McAleer is coming back, of course, but if he continues on, these are new fast guys that you're going to have to do battle with in the upcoming races.
Oh yeah, Justin is really fast. He's also a real-life Mazda racer, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, I've raced with him a lot so far. It's pretty cool, I know.
All right, Patrick. Well, we congratulate you on getting to P1 today. Patrick, Funny Man Fliss, we're calling you now, Patrick, because of your jokes at the end of your interview every week. What have you got for us this week?
I would like to thank my eyes for always seeing me through.
All right, all the best, Patrick. Thanks for talking to us. Back to you, Bill.
Thank you.
You know, if he keeps finishing up on the podium, he's going to run out of those lines pretty soon. So let's see how long it goes before he doesn't have anything for us. All right.
Well, he's naming all the parts of his body, so his eyes, legs, and arms is already done. So there's a few more parts to go.
Okay, I've chased down Richard Eklund. I'm curious to find out. Hopefully, he has a copy. I'm curious to find out what happened to him. He had a great qualifying. Was gridded to start third. Maybe the iRacing Gremlins got to him. Richard, do you have a copy?
Okay, mate.
Started from the pits. What happened?
About, I don't know, 1 minute before practice ended, my my sim froze, so that was cool.
Oh.
I joined back in time as soon as my sim loaded. I heard green, green, green. So that was good. I like that.
Well, it was a nice try. I didn't think you made it there. I announced in the race, you'll see in the broadcast, that, oh, Richard Eklund didn't make it. Then all of a sudden, Richard Losper calls you out. You've worked your way all the way up there. You got all the way up, had a pretty good run, had some good battles going through.
Yeah, I had a few good battles coming through. I was driving like absolute madman. It was fun driving, but I mean,
yeah.
Finishing 8th is never really too good. I could have had 7th, but I almost took myself out in the last lap. So, but 7th, 8th doesn't really make a difference. But yeah, disappointing I couldn't be at the front.
Yeah, it's disappointing not only for you, but also for the fans and for the broadcasters as well, because there was a great battle going up on there, and it only would have been that much sweeter to have Richard Eklund's name involved in it. So thanks for getting in there and putting in the effort, and let's hope you have better luck getting into the race next time.
Yeah, I saw the battle up there on my relative screen. It looked like a good race, so give a shout out to Sam the Man really quick. Looks like he had a really good race, so congrats, Sam.
Yeah, it was nice to see him up there. Richard Eklund, your 8th place finisher today, starting from the pits, and made his way through the field pretty successfully. Richard Losper, who we got next?
Well, we've got a few guys in there, but I would like to talk to Robert Hartley, if I may.
I think we got him. There. Robert, you got a copy for Richard Losper?
Oh, yeah. How's it going, Richard?
Hello, Robert. This was a nice race for you. You newcomer to the series last week. Not that great for you, but this week you were right up there, and in fact you led the race for a little while. Then the train came and grabbed a hold of you and shook you like a dog, but you got back in it and you finished up in 6th place. Not too bad, my friend.
Yeah, I knew I was right there on the fastest and back guys from qualifying. I knew they was going to catch us right there, so just kind of eased up and let the whole train go by and tried to hang on, and there for the end with Sonny and Justin. Good race.
Well, you did okay, my friend. How are you finding the series generally? You loving it?
Big improvement from last week, but yeah, I'm liking it a lot. That was a good
All right,
race.
my friend. Hey, are you going to drive in the CSCS this year? Do you have time for that?
Probably not, man. I got running this one in Extreme, but ain't got a whole lot of time besides that.
All right, my friend. Well, look, thank you for talking to us. That was a good finish. Finishing in 6th place in the company that you're in at the moment is a great finish. So all the best for the upcoming races. Next one's at Daytona in a couple of weeks. So that should be fun.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Daytona, you know. I definitely like the draft. It helps me a lot.
All right, buddy. Thanks for talking to us all.
Robert, before you go, where are you from, Robert?
I'm from Columbia, South Carolina.
Yeah, you got that kind of laid-back Carolina thing going on there. Your laid-back attitude doesn't reflect your intense racing, though, man.
Yeah, I just tried to hang on to them guys. I know they're a little quicker, but hopefully I can get up there and challenge them pretty soon.
All right, well, go watch a little NASCAR tonight, okay?
No, that's right.
All right. Robert Hartley, I believe what did we say he was? Your 6th place finisher today. Nice job from Robert. Great to hear new voices in here. Okay, Richard, that's going to wrap it up. We're going to go to the plugs right now, and I'm going to read these right off of here. So we quickly like to thank Tidal Influence. They're an ecological consulting firm based in Long Beach, California, that restores wetlands, saves and studies endangered species, and educates children about our environment. For more information, go to TidalInfluence.com, and I think they're pretty happy with the show that the MX-5 World Tour has been putting on for them. Hey, the best-kept secret in California San Bernardino Mountains, hardly a best-kept secret because we talk about it every week. It's Green Valley Lake. That's where I am right now, as a matter of fact. Your best choice for lodging, if you come up here, would probably be my guest room, but short of that, would be Mountaintop Cabin Rentals. Go to gvlcabinrentals.com for more information. If you want my guest room, I make a mean tuna fish sandwich. Okay, and while the Green Valley Lakes, stop in for a cold drink and a hot meal at Eagle Nest Tavern. They're just a couple blocks away. You can walk right over there. Check out Eagle Nest Tavern on Facebook. Thanks to the company's equipment software that you see on the screen right now, but you're going to see it on the screen right now in just a minute. There they are right there. I like all of those. Now, there's one company in particular that I'm not real happy with right now because it's not performing well. But let me tell you the ones that are great. GSRC Channel is good there. Well, you know, they're all good. I would recommend buying all those products. I've had their equipment. I'll use them all the time. They always work well. Where am I going here? Original music. I promised myself I'd stay on script, so I'm going to stay on script. The original music you heard today on the broadcast is thanks to Eric Eckholm and Casey Lalonde. To see the screen right now of how to contact them. And if you go, tell them that you heard about it on GSRC and ask for the soup special. Okay, they'll give you a discount on the music, I'm sure of that. Thanks to my mic make, Richard Losper, our director Joe Peak, Dougie Beard for his camera locations. If you'd like to find more about GSRC, your best bet is GlobalSimRacingChannel.com, along with archive races and race highlights. We're also on Twitter at GSR Channel and Facebook at Global Sim Racing Channel. You know, the Tidal Influence MX-5 World Tour returns in 2 weeks. That's 14 days. Mark it on your calendar for the I Think 20 from Daytona. You know, that's going to be doubled up. That's the same day that they're going to bring out the Continental Endurance Sports Car Series. We're going to both race on Daytona. It's going to be a doubleheader on GSRC. You don't want to miss that. That's in 2 weeks. Now, for more information on upcoming races, go to GSRC Broadcast, GlobalSimRacingChannel.com to find out about that. Hey, if you have a chance, check back in later tonight for the Bootleg Series. 75 laps of circular excitement for the SK Modified. Man, that's always a good show. It's 100 laps tonight. My goodness, that's a little bonus laps for you there. All right, we're done. Now that the housekeeping is out of the way, it's time for all of us to go have fun storming the castle. So for everyone at GSRC, race hard, race clean, and we'll see you on the track.